mind telling you, I put this record on, got it in an auction for a couple hundred, and I play everything this size on 33, not knowing.
How was it?
It sounded good. I got turned on to it, and I passed it on to some friends, and they're going, "Man, who is this? This is funky as hell. It's the wrong speed." I'm sorry.
I've done that before.
I like it at 33. This is slow. I love it. The 45, it's like,
Oh, is that it at 45?
Yeah, it's drunk beat. Shit. From England.
I don't know, I kind of like that.
Yeah, I know you do. You know what? It's low down and funky at 33.
Yo, what's up? Bob here. Welcome to the Bob Bradley YouTube channel. I was recently snooping around on my YouTube homepage and noticed that one of my shorts had over 20,000 views in a relatively short amount of time. It's a short that features Bob Marley and the Wailers records. Now, this doesn't really come as a surprise to me because a Bob Marley movie was recently released and there might be some renewed interest in Bob and the Wailers music. That said, Bob Marley and the Wailers are super fantastic group and always popular, so who knows? That said, there has been a surge in views on that particular video, and it was of interest to me. I've been out looking for records and been finding a lot of dub and reggae records and dub and reggae inspired records. And I thought that if you were interested in the reggae genre, maybe you could expand your roster of artists with a few recommendations that I'm going to give right now. The first one is pretty close to home if you've been listening to Bob. Coming in Hot is the first track on this record. Peter Tosh, Wanted, Dread, and Alive. Check out this cover. This is during the period when he was signed by the Rolling Stones. He is on EMI America. Here's the label. Has our Stones logo here. This is a very nice reggae, R&B, kind of pop, roots influenced record. Nice sounding, not expensive, probably $10 to $15. Peter Tosh, known for being in the Wailers in the early days. Some Bob Marley and the Wailers records that Peter appears on. First one, Burnin'. Fantastic record. Definitely something you need to have. And of course, the Wailers, Catch a Fire in the Zippo jacket. That's a fantastic record. Next, a reggae band inspired by Bob Marley's Catch a Fire. I've shown Steel Pulse records on the channel before, and every time I do, everyone says, you gotta get True Democracy. Well, here it is. I finally found it. About 20 bucks. Great record. Steel Pulse, still touring. You can go see them. I think they're on tour now, and it's a fantastic band to get into. They have a large discography, great players, great sounding records. One of my favorite Steel Pulse records is Earth Crisis. Has the tune Roller Skates on it. Classic track. This record is no slouch. Fantastic playing. You've got a whole range of instruments. This is more of a modern reggae sound. Check these dudes out. This is a fantastic cover. It is on the Elektra label. And I gotta tell you, you can't go wrong with these Steel Pulse records. So if you see them, pick them up. Another fantastic reggae band that I got turned on to through the tune Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Now this is the second Black Uhuru record, Red. Check out this cover. Yes, one of the classic reggae groups. If you don't have any Black Uhuru, you must get it. It is on the Mango label. You should expect to pay between $15 and $20 for a beauty like this. Typical reggae and dub type sounds on here. Been a lot of lineup changes through the years with this band, but overall, very consistent. You may be able to see whatever current version of this band is on tour, and I would highly suggest it. I still have this little sticker on here that says, recorded music is your best entertainment value. Can't disagree with that. Speaking of reggae and dub inspired bands, I first heard this band on MTV's 120 Minutes in the middle of the night. Me and my buddy Shane were sitting on the couch watching 120 Minutes, and Matt Pinfield said, "Here is the new song by the band Rancid." That's right, this is the album Let's Go. Great record. This is the 12-inch version of this record. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you probably know that I've had the 10-inch for many years on white vinyl. Sorry, in the white sleeve, so you can't see it. But if you've been watching for a while, you also know that I'm not a big fan of 10-inch records, so I hate dealing with those little guys. So when I saw a beautiful, full-size release of Let's Go, I snatched it up. There's a gang of awesome songs on here. Nihilism, Radio, Sidekick, Salvation. Wow, Let's Go. That's all just on the A side of this record. This is the second record from Rancid, and damn good one. If you've never heard it, definitely check it out. I think Outcome of the Wolves might be their ultimate masterpiece, but Let's Go is a quality punk rock record. No doubt inspired by this band. Speaking of dub and reggae inspired bands, The Clash, Black Market. Lord have mercy, is this a fantastic sounding record. I love The Clash. Joe Strummer, of course, amazing musician, as well as the rest of the men in The Clash. But this is one of my favorite Clash records. I recently found this at Half Price Books for $9.99. Very clean on the Epic label. Wasn't leaving it behind. Super dubby sounding. Lots of reverb and delays floating around the mix, in particular on the drums and vocals. Great sounding record. It's absolutely huge. As soon as I dropped it on the table, I'd been listening to that 10-inch Rancid record, which sounds great. Definitely sounds better than the 12-inch because there's a lot of songs on that record, but I digress. That said, as soon as I put this on, a gigantic expansive sound came out of the speakers, huge sound stage, and just a killer record. The Clash, Black Market Clash. If you don't have this Clash record, you should get it right away. It's really, really good. Last but not least, you may have noticed that I recently went to a pop-up record show. And I bought a few records there, but this one is right at home in the subject that we're talking about. Was super excited to see this and snatched it immediately. Now, it was $30, so I did pay up for it, but definitely well worth it. The dub chemist known as Scientist, that's right, Scientist encounters Pac-Man. Now, if you don't know what dub music is, it's reggae music, generally old Radio 1 tapes or whatever. They deconstruct it, add, usually some tape delays and cool sounding reverbs, do some wild effects with it, kind of remix the music into dub tunes. The Scientist, one of the OGs of the craft. There is a gang of records on, that's right, green sleeves, that depict the Scientists versus the Space Invaders. He encounters Pac-Man, he wins the World Cup, that kind of stuff. That said, these records are all about the vibe, tons of bass, tons of trippy sounding effects and stuff. Definitely a nice record to put on and chill. The Scientist encounters Pac-Man. Fantastic sounding record. Really excited to find it. Those are just some of the artists that you can check out if you're getting into reggae and dub music. I really suggest expanding your scope beyond Bob Marley and the Wailers, because there's a lot of fantastic music coming out of Jamaica. So, that's right, folks. Until we meet again, Bob out.